City Wrestling, and welcome back to another edition of Grind City Wrestling. Wherever you're watching, this is episode 306. Take that subscribe button to Slap City wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, especially here on YouTube. Also, you can go check out the archives, grindcitymedia.com/podcast. Happy New Year. This is the first Grind City Wrestling in 2025, and there's a whole lot to talk about. So let's not waste any time. Let me introduce my co-host, my tag team partner, if you will.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he really needs no introduction, especially in the city of Memphis. It's Devin Walker, baby!
How you doing, Dustin? Yeah, like you said, the first show of 2025. I think it's maybe one of our biggest shows of 2025 because the biggest show in wrestling history happened a couple days ago. It's time to speak on it, bro.
Do you believe that to be true, that it is the biggest show in WWE history?
I thought it was funny that The Rock decided he wanted to say the biggest gate. That's AKA for these tickets were hella money.
Bro, they've had 100,000 people in the house. There was 17,000 there. That's awesome. But how is that the biggest gate?
That means that tells you them tickets were high dollar bills,
so that
bro.
gate was bigger than a WrestleMania gate?
I will repeat it again. That means
I'm calling cat, bro.
That means that them tickets would cost you an arm and a leg, and maybe a chicken biscuit, and maybe that jacket you wearing, maybe that turtleneck, maybe them hair products you use for your hair, maybe the shirt I'm wearing. Shout out Randy Orton, by the way, the legend killer. It cost a lot, bro, to get into the Intuit Dome last night. So, Rock, you may have been capping a little bit, but that's fine. We believe you over here.
We're going to talk a little bit more about The Rock here in just a bit, but first I want you guys to follow Devin on social media at Devin_Walker 2. You better. All right.
Stay away from me.
Happy New Year. Anything new to discuss before we get to Raw and Netflix?
No.
Best wrestling we watched all week and such as.
I'm just ready to talk about this Raw Netflix thing, bro. I think me and you were we were excited about this, right? It's a new era.
Super excited.
It was the end of what?
We had a game at the same time.
We did.
Grizzlies were at home. BLJ had his phone in the back, and I was trying to avoid the spoilers, but he had his phone plugged up, and I saw that they had the curtain hiding the ring, and I was like, oh, this is
to start the show.
good.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. But I think for me, it was like the end of an era, right? Because like Raw has always been on network television, right? From the beginning, right? As a kid, for me, I grew up wrestling on network television.
USA,
Raw,
baby.
USA, TNN. Like, I'm used to network television wrestling. So this is like turning the page into a new era of live professional wrestling. And last night, let's speak on it, bro.
The reason it's so big is anybody in the world can download Netflix and watch this now.
And I love how loud they're like,
don't have to have Comcast or this or that or whatever or cable.
Everybody got Netflix, bro. Everybody got either you got Netflix or you got a homie that got Netflix.
Or you got, yeah, that's right. You got somebody's password, which they're cracking down on.
Don't say that out loud if you're doing that.
No, I'm definitely not. Yeah, actually, they caught us.
They caught you?
I think they did. I don't know. I got to ask Maria.
Don't say it out loud, bro.
Yeah.
Don't switch on yourself.
All right, so before we talk about it, Memphis Wrestling kicked off the new year Sunday. And Devin, if there was ever an event to be live at, Violent J of the Insane Clown Posse packed the Wrestle Center crammed tight. Every seat was gone. He did better than Joe Hendry.
Shout out to him, man.
He did better than Booker freaking T.
That's big time. I told you them juggalos are crazy, bro.
Shout out to the juggalos.
The juggalos don't play. How much Fago do you sell?
We sold almost all of it.
All the Fago?
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so I got to tell you a quick story behind the scenes.
Yeah, because I'm ready to talk about this wrestling.
At 11 a.m., we do a team meeting where everybody's out in the front, and I'm kind of at the ring saying, don't do the hand gestures, don't cuss. Here's the camera angles, blah, 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 blah. Violent J's sitting over here, so I introduced him as the special guest and said, hey, man, I know you guys don't think so, but I've got some juggalo cred. I'm like, what? I'm like, about to spit some bars.
Oh, no.
I started singing the Insane Clown Posse in the team meeting.
Oh, no.
And they're looking at me like,
oh, no.
What the F?
Did you really do that?
And Violent J got into it and started singing with me. And the place was like lukewarm. No, I'm kidding. They all laughed and thought it was the funniest thing.
Dustin, no way.
That was my mark out moment with Violent J.
There's no way you start singing Insane Clown Posse.
Abracadabra, boom, shaka-day. I'm Violent J and I'm back like a vertebrae. And I come with a hat full of tricks, trunk full of Fago, car full of... That's all I got right there, brother. Ha, 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 ha. Wicked clowns. Oh, yeah.
Why?
Imagine Violent J. There's
that was probably
50 wrestlers.
I've seen you do the shoulder shuffle. I've seen you try to rap.
Speaking of which,
I think that may be on the list of top 3 worst things I've ever heard in my life.
You gotta squat those legs down low.
He's doing this again, y'all.
Put your hands on your knees.
Oh, no.
Look into that camera, whichever one it is.
Oh, no.
And you gotta
He's doing this.
do the shoulder shuffle.
What is this?
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is that?
That's a Geo Savage shoulder shuffle.
No, it's not.
All right, last plug, January 26th.
That was so bad.
Matt Riddle is coming to Memphis Wrestling, and Raw on Netflix is the topic of the day. But first, best wrestling you watched all week, and it's not my shoulder shuffle.
It's not a shoulder shuffle. Damn sure. It's damn sure not what you just rapped.
That is an Insane Clown Posse song, by the way.
I know. Hey, look.
I may or
Who
may
sings
not
that
have,
song again?
I may or may not have rapped that at the desk with Violent J.
You did?
You have
Who
to
sings
tune
that?
in.
Who sings that song again?
Insane Clown Posse.
Let's leave it that way,
Yeah,
Dustin, please.
I knew that was coming.
But the best wrestling I watch all week. Let's talk about it. I think I'm glad for you putting that single on me because I got some shit to say.
Here we go.
The best wrestling I watched all week was that Los Angeles crowd
Yes!
booing Hulk Hogan's ass out of that arena. Hulk Hogan, they played his music. They walked his little old ass out there. Dun, 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 dun,
With Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart waving the flag. Dun,
Jimmy
dun,
Hart like
dun,
this.
when it comes crashing down, when it hurts
Yeah,
inside. Boo! He got booed so loud that as a 50-year veteran in the wrestling business, he was stumbling over his words. The Iron Sheik, Dustin 5-Star, was up there in heaven smiling.
He was.
Over us because of what happened to Hulk Hogan.
Hatua! We humble you, Hogan!
We humble you, Hogan. You deserve
break
that.
your back.
You deserve every bit of that booing, Hulk Hogan. You are a scumbag. You are a bum. You was out there trying to spit those 1960s, 70s catchphrases, hoping it would get over. And every time you said something, it was boo! It got louder.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Hulk Hogan, you deserve that. And I don't want to hear people say, "Oh, we were in a." It was political. That's why they booed. No,
It was not.
Because guess who they didn't boo? They didn't boo Undertaker.
Right?
They didn't boo Undertaker.
They did not.
They booed you, Hulk Hogan, because you are a scumbag of a person, and those wrestling fans do not forget what you said. They don't forget. I know Booker T forgave you. He forgave you, but guess who never forgets? Wrestling fans. And they let your ass know on the network premiere of Netflix. You ripped your shirt off and you had that mud wrapped around your ankle when you walked down like you had a boo-boo turd wrapped around your leg. Hulk Hogan, you deserve that. You bum.
Here's the question.
I'm done.
Here's the question.
I'm sorry. That was aggressive.
We're just getting started. Here's my
That was
question.
really
Devin.
aggressive. Sorry.
Is Hulkamania officially dead?
Yes. I think that Raw premiere on Netflix let you know. I think that was the official like nail on the coffin, right?
Yeah.
There was a moment in time where people thought, okay, he apologized. We're gonna sweep it under the rug, bring him back for old times. Everybody loves Hulk Hogan, right?
Nope.
Wrestling fans do not forget. And I will tell you, like I said, I saw some people online. Oh, it was not political.
No, it was not at all.
It was you are a scumbag of a person.
You hit the nail right on the head. They cheered The Undertaker, and The Undertaker was in the political stuff as well.
Yeah.
It was not about that. It was about Hulk Hogan and what he said. And I believe at this point in time, when you have over 17,000 people live, and you have Netflix premiere the biggest day in WWE history, and Michael Cole is telling us on commentary, this day would not be possible without this man, Hulk Hogan. And meanwhile, they boo him out of the building.
Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you.
That is your core audience, and they don't want it.
They didn't want you. They didn't want you here, Hulk Hogan.
They don't want him there.
And the thing is, it was so funny to me because you could see it in his face. You could see it in Jimmy Hart too.
Broken.
Jimmy Hart was like, "Oh
Crushed.
no!" He's like, "Oh no!"
Yep, crushed. Absolutely crushed.
We're supposed to get the legendary pop.
So
here's
the thing.
They should have brought out Stone Cold instead of Hulk Hogan, bro.
No, that's exactly. They've got to. Okay, so Hulk Hogan should be pre-taped. They should pre-tape him so that way there's not a live audience to boo him out of the building. That's the only way you work with Hulk Hogan at this point. And the only person that could kill Hulkamania was Terry Bollea. It was Hulk Hogan himself with what he said. I think Hulkamania is officially dead.
It's funny that we have this conversation because like I said, Hulkamania is dead. Like I said, Iron Sheik is looking down right now. Iron Sheik was watching that show last night. Like I told y'all, F Hulk Hogan.
I talked to BLJ. I talked to BLJ, my MC tag team partner with the Memphis Grizzlies, the best hype man in the NBA, and he said, because I asked him, Hulk Hogan, because he was on Raw Netflix, and he was kind of trying to watch it while we were doing our game. But he said, I love the Hulk Hogan that I grew up on.
Yeah.
I was a kid. There's great childhood memories of that. I can look back on it and still love Hulk Hogan for that. But anything as an adult that's going on now,
it's over with.
I want absolutely not.
And it's funny too because I watched it. I don't watch a lot. I watched the recorded version, and you can tell WWE tried to turn down the booze even a little bit. On the did you go back and watch the recorded version?
Yes, I did.
Because I tried.
He was milking it. He was milking it, and when he hit, let me tell you something, brother.
They said, "Boo!"
And when they did, you could just see Hogan's thinking, okay, so this is not a good guy, bad guy thing. This was not a Hulk Hogan wrestler spot. This was Hulk Hogan's business, his Real American Beer.
Yeah.
This was about the partnership.
Bootleg Natty Light, by the way.
Between WWE and Hulk Hogan's Beer, and he got booed out of the building.
The visual of, there's two visuals that I thought was hilarious. If you watch the closed captioning, when he's talking, it says crowd booing loudly.
Booing loudly.
And then the second visual I love was, like I said, him walking away from it, and the T-shirt he ripped is like dangling by his
Man.
I'm like, bro.
But come on, you have to
that.
You have to admit though,
what?
It's extremely sad to see.
No, I don't care.
No,
you deserve that.
Just imagine back WrestleMania 3, all the very historic moments and milestones and everything from acting and bringing wrestling to the forefront with Rocky and all that stuff. This is the guy that did that, and now he gets booed out of the freaking building.
Hey, it sucks to suck.
It does suck
Hulkamania.
to suck.
Like you said, we can, Hulkamania, Hulkamania, It's dead, buddy. It's dead.
Best wrestling of the week for Devin.
Yeah, it was Hulkamania just dying in front of my eyes on live television. It was so great. So it was chef's kiss.
Will there be a dark side of the ring on the death of Hulkamania?
I think you just fantasy booked something. Vice TV.
And this is no cap. Like, if you listen, whether you're a fan of Hulk Hogan or not, I know you hate Hulk Hogan. Like,
I don't hate him, but I just think some people deserve.
And I'm with you.
They deserve some things, right? Like, they deserve some things.
But I mean, I don't know how you put Hogan back in front of a live crowd.
I don't think they will. I think yesterday was the.
Or give us a scene from a meet and greet or something, because everybody that meets Hulk Hogan is going to be nice to him when he's signing their autograph. Show us that stuff. You cannot put him in front of a live crowd like that.
I think before you get your best result, I think last night the live premiere on Netflix on Raw was the final time we see Hulk Hogan in front of a live audience.
You heard it here first. Breaking news.
There you go. I think this is the last time.
Best wrestling that I watched all week also came from Raw on Netflix. And this is like UFC meets WWE. Because Travis Scott is standing
That's your best wrestling.
at the top of this aisleway with thousands of fans around him. And he's smoking a blunt.
Wait, tell me, were you familiar? Wait, but let's rewind for a second. Were you familiar with the song that came on before that?
Not necessarily.
Fiend.
I mean, I've heard it, but I don't know. Okay. I'm not in it like you're in it.
Okay.
Like, I hear it and I go, oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
I think of it more like if I'm watching Memphis Wrestling and I hear a cool song or something, like, oh, that's kind of a good vibe or whatever. Okay. But when he had the championship belt.
The hardcore championship belt.
And dude is literally smoking a blunt, and here comes Jey Uso, and afterwards they were like, hey, man, he wouldn't let me hit that joint.
And Triple H was like, I'm glad he didn't hit it for first. I mean, it's Netflix. Why not?
That's what I'm saying. It was almost like a more real version of these guys. And I know it was just one show.
Yeah.
But my favorite wrestling, the best wrestling that I watched all week was Travis Scott smoking a blunt on WWE RAW. Jey Uso comes out next to him, and it's part of the show.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And the crowd was nuts.
I think that's probably like, and I don't want to speak in hyperbole, but like I think that's probably one of the most That entrance gave me chills, right? I don't get chills that often watching like real like wrestling because I'm like, okay, it's
People
wrestling.
think we're nerds.
They
People
probably
think
do.
we're such nerds because like that promo package at the beginning might be the greatest promo package I've ever seen.
Like
in my
telling the
life.
story of wrestling, yeah, it was great.
With the canvas, and if this canvas could talk, like, oh my god,
you were like,
yeah, The Rock.
But I think that entrance, that main event Jey Uso entrance, to open up the Netflix era, bro, was one of the greatest I've ever seen. One, because of Travis Scott coming out with the blunt and the hardcore title. By the way, I guess he didn't get the call to yeet. He was like yeeting too early, and then Jey Uso was trying to get him to do it, and he was just like doing Travis Scott stuff.
He was stoned, bro.
Yeah, he was high as hell. But the camera angles of the crowd.
Let's talk about it.
The drone footage flying around the crowd.
Netflix,
production.
on Raw. Let's talk about the hits. I don't even, if there's any misses, man, you got to be really digging deep because this show was absolutely amazing. Like I said, it was like UFC meets WWE. It felt special. It felt big. Bro, did you hear the pop that Macaulay Culkin got?
That was crazy.
Whoa!
And it was crazy. Like, wrestling fans were like mad at that. Like, they were like, why are they showing so many celebrities? I'm like, you nerds, I hate you.
This was like a UFC pay-per-view.
Exactly.
I mean, you had
It wasn't just a wrestling show.
Right. The scenery was awesome. The production was awesome. All the camera angles, the whatever they call it, the jib or whatever that flies through, and then also the drone footage.
Yeah.
Like, they have stepped it up. It's a whole nother level on this production. The new set looks great, too.
Even the backstage camera, like when Roman Reigns did the promo with Paul Heyman,
great.
I was like, this is like a movie camera. Like, it was, then he shuts the door, kind of debuts 2K25. That was pretty cool. But the like you said, the production was amazing.
No streaming issues.
No streaming, no buffering.
And I love how The Rock said, hey, guess who's up in that box? If The Rock is glitching right now, I'm going to come up there and whoop your Rudy poo.
Okay, you just brought the topic up. Let's bring it. We got a lot of hits. Let's bring up my single miss from that show.
Can I ask you a question?
What are you going to ask me?
Was The Rock even trying?
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's speak on it.
The Rock even trying?
We have so many hits to talk about. And we can take this little moment to talk about my list of my singular miss from this show.
Don't tell me.
And every time The Rock came out during that WrestleMania run for Cody, it gave me, I was like, yo, this. And on this very podcast, I said that the final boss Rock was creeping up the ladder of one of my favorite Rock characters, right? It was amazing. Uncensored, raw, you know what I'm saying? Like, didn't give a F, beating people's ass, you know what I'm saying? The belt was weird. I know people are like, oh, Muhammad Ali's wife gave it to him. Well, why did he put a Brahma bull on it? That's weird.
Yeah, cool. I am glad that he dropped the title off with his kids before he got in the ring to
Please,
do that.
because I think
like
that belt's cool. Goofy as hell.
Yeah.
Sorry. But, Rock, you got in the ring and turned into the ambassador guy. Where'd the hell the final boss go? You turned into... This is the one that got me. The guy who carried this company for the last year. I just want to thank Cody Rhodes. They cut to Cody Rhodes, and he's like,
I think the people were chanting Triple H. They all thought he was talking about Triple H.
Yes.
And he did. He went to Cody and he gave him a hug.
You just beat his ass for the last year. So my issue is Rock. My only issue, and I wrote this down, and I'm going to quote it when I wrote it down. The Rock just beat the shit out of Cody for a year, and now he's being nice.
Yeah.
That's my only miss. Why are you all of a sudden being nice?
I felt like that The Rock showed up, and they said, just give me a live mic for 10 minutes, and I'll go do my thing.
Just yap. He was just yapping.
I don't even know that he had anything prepared, because even when he went to do his catchphrase, he slipped off and said something else. And then when he did, if you smell, he stopped. And the last thing he said, I think, was, is cooking.
Yeah,
I don't even think he said I just felt like that he was just out there. And then also he was playing that brand ambassador role.
Yeah, I hated it.
Triple H just spent 10 minutes doing the same thing. So I felt like it was a little bit overboard. Like, I love the Triple H entrance and all that kind of stuff.
Triple H did an amazing job.
But then when The Rock comes out right after that and says all the same things, it's like, okay, so are both of these guys I love The Rock. He looked freaking jacked as all get out.
Keep it real, 5-star.
But I felt like The Rock mailed that one in.
Yes, and this is supposed to be the debut show. Like, bro, I want a heel Rock. I want to. And you talking about, oh, look at, then there's a video of you and Cody taking a shot together. Bro, Rock, I want you to beat his ass.
Another thing
you was beating his ass for the last year.
Rock takes a
Beat his ass.
He takes a big shot, big swig of Terramana, and then he hops in the truck and drives off.
Yeah, that's crazy. By the way, Terramana does not taste that great.
It's not bad.
I've had a, oh boy. It will creep up on you. But no, that is my singular miss from that show.
It was good that he was there, but I felt like that there just wasn't a lot of substance to what he was doing there. CM Punk winning the main event.
That was a hell of a match.
First ever Netflix on Raw was amazing. That tells you exactly where they feel like CM Punk, where his value is. And it's very, very high.
It was, like you said, it had a UFC kind of feel, like the moving graphics and like the intros and them getting ready the whole night in the locker room, and then they walk out.
And just the time between the matches.
Yes.
I think, I can't even remember what it was, but like the first hour of the show, was there like one match?
It was
Roman
versus Solo.
Which, by the way, was unbelievable.
And it goes back into the bucket that we've talked about on the show for a while. Is you can tell us, if you tell a hell of a story, you don't have to have a spot off, right? Roman and Solo aren't the best wrestlers, but you know who tells a hell of a story, 5-star? Solo and Roman.
Yes.
And they told a hell of a story in that match. You had the bloodline come and interrupt multiple times.
It was great.
People come and try to help Roman out.
That was
comes
awesome.
out.
Cody back out. I mean, the people were popping the whole time. And it got me fired. It made me want to keep watching because they were so into it.
Exactly. And for me, it's like, why didn't The Rock fill in this spot? Like, I didn't want you in that brand ambassador doing all the hippie PR bullshit. I want you in this spot interfering in the match, because Michael Cole just told me 18 times that you're the damn head of the table.
Yeah, and
he told me so many times that you're like, you're chief, so and like.
Yeah, I was, and then The Rock came out and told us the same thing. So that's,
So, but that match was great though. I love the way they ended it. My boy Roman Reigns had them custom Kobe 9s on his feet. Shout out Roman Reigns. I need more of that. The whole Netflix era, them Kobe 9s was tough. Shout out Roman on that one. But yeah, I love that match. I was so excited after that match went off. I'm ready to see what they do now, because Roman's done with that, right? So we have to move forward to the next story, and then you might begin the Solo versus his internal bloodline story, which I'm looking forward to.
Man, Jacob Fatu looked awesome.
He's a freaking star, man.
Everybody looked great. And I just want to take a second, because this is not said enough. Alicia Taylor, if you hear my voice right now, you are awesome.
She's a star.
Was so freaking good. She's standing in the center of the ring with some of the biggest superstars in the world and freaking killed those introductions, man.
She did a great job.
And as somebody that does that, I could never even touch that. Yeah. She was so freaking good.
And that stage,
all night,
man, that stage is big. That was a big stage. And talk about big stages.
I got goosebumps right now just thinking about that.
I gotta give a salute in five stars, probably 10 stars, maybe 25 stars. If I would have watched this show at a decent hour, no. If I would have watched this show at a decent hour, I probably would have tweeted this, but I didn't want to do it because I didn't want people to think I'm on some demon time.
Oh my God.
Rhea Ripley, bro.
I already know.
Rhea Ripley, bro.
What was she wearing?
Rhea Ripley, bro.
She was like wrestling. I mean, it was literally like bra and panties.
Rhea Ripley?
And small bra and panties.
Rhea Ripley, bro.
Go ahead. I don't know what you're about to say next, but don't get in trouble.
A bona fide superstar for many reasons. When her music hit, bro, that's a superstar.
That's a superstar.
That is a superstar. So she won that match, right? And of course, she wins that match. You can't, as a wrestling fan and someone who blurs the lines, I won't believe that Liv Morgan can beat Rhea Ripley in a one-on-one match. Right. So of course, you have her beat her 2 reptiles, blah blah blah. You do the thing. But for me, the moment I thought was, I won't say it was weird, but it was kind of cool, but kind of And he's my favorite, my second favorite version of him. American Badass Taker comes out, does a motorcycle thing. I was confused because he comes out, he doesn't even acknowledge Rhea. He like goes around the ring, and you could tell he was like cueing her, like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I was like, okay, this is weird, but
It was a nice little touch.
it was a nice touch, but it was
It's
also
a way
like
to get the Undertaker on the show without spending a lot of time, and then also putting him with one of the biggest stars there, and he's one of the biggest stars there too. So putting them together just gives them both a rub. There's no telling how many views that has on social media at this point.
And American Badass Taker is 101, bro.
And it was an awesome spot. Anything else?
Let's see what
Top
else
to
I have on
bottom,
my
it was
note.
all very good. It's official. Penta.
Oh my God, I was so looking forward to seeing him on the show.
I'm glad they're not changing his name.
Yeah, you can't change this. You can't change
So
that.
the thing was Penta, and people were saying stuff about his gimmick and all that stuff. I don't believe anything that I read because
Zero Metal.
WWE, they're not going to be telling us what they're doing until they're ready to tell us what they're doing.
Zero Metal. I think my thing, it was so funny to me seeing Michael Cole on top of the table yeeting. I thought that was funny.
How did that table not break?
He looked like you, by the way.
How did that table not break all night long?
He looked like you. Like Pat McAfee was like, Michael, slow down. You got to catch the beat. And he was just like, yeeting.
I feel like I'm more like Pat McAfee than I'm like.
No, you're more Michael Cole.
You think I'm Michael Cole?
Yes, bro. You're more do the yeet right now. No. I'm about to sing the song. I want you to do it on the beat. You ready? Jay Uso in your city. It's just me, Us. No. You gotta do the hand thing. You gotta do the hand thing. You gotta do the hand on the beat.
Beat up my microphone here.
Memphis, Jay Uso's in your city. It's just me, Us. Day one, it's just me, Us. See, exactly. See? Can't even catch a damn beat. He can't catch a damn beat. He is Michael Cole. He is Michael Cole, y'all. Dustin 5 stars, Michael Cole.
I'll do better.
I need you to work on catching beats, man.
Hey, I'm not really a radio host or a TV host. I just play one. Fake it till you make it,
respectfully. The last thing I have on my list is Vanessa Hudgens' shirt. You see that? Pretty Girls Like Wrestling Too.
Oh,
you see that shirt she like?
I'm gonna buy that. From
Maria. Or Hot Girls Like Wrestling Too. Or something
I'm gonna
like that.
buy that from my Maria.
It's a great shirt, huh? See, that's people. It's a misconception about who's wrestling fans, y'all. Look, man, look. Vanessa Hudgens is one of one. Put respect on it.
They love it.
I think that's probably the last thing I have on my list as far as like hits. The show was great, bro.
It was.
I think it's a perfect segue to a new era. You found a way to work in the New Day story.
Will it be that great every single week?
I don't think it'll be a 10 out of 10 show every week, but I think the Netflix era is going to push envelopes that made me a wrestling fan. And one thing before we get out of here too that I have to speak on, because I was reading a lot of comments on a lot of like videos and stuff like this. It was a lot of like, and we talk about these people a lot, 5-star, and we don't have to make this surreal, respectfully. A lot of hardcore wrestling fans did not like last night. Did you notice this?
No.
It was a lot of like.
In all fairness, I stayed off of social media, and then I watched late because I had some work to do with Memphis Wrestling. So I watched later, so I stayed off social media, so I didn't see everything that happened.
I watched the show, and then I went on social media and started like going through the clips and kind of scrolling through the comments. Because I saw like one wrestling blog was like, "What do you think about the first Raw on Netflix?" So I just started scrolling through the comments. And it was like, "Oh, this was so and so and so." It was like paragraphs of just like, "This was terrible. This was terrible." And it was like, you click their bio, it was like, John Cena. Oh, by the way, shout out John Cena.
Shout out to John Cena.
Shout out John Cena. By the way, the crowd, I've never seen this before. The crowd singing this song word for word.
Look,
and I think I'm looking forward to seeing that in every city.
If John Cena doesn't win the Royal Rumble, and if John Cena doesn't go on to WrestleMania and face Cody Rhodes, they are missing the boat. That would be like missing a Hulk Hogan versus John Cena. You know what I'm saying? Like that is
he's for sure going to the
and here as you hate Hulk Hogan, but like back in the day, like the '90s version of Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you got to do that. You got to do it.
You got to. So yeah,
got to do it.
Seeing Cena come out there, I thought for the retirement tour, like the crowd was singing the song every word for word, which is so cool.
Said he lost over 2,000 matches in a row.
Yeah.
Or lost for 2,000 days since his last win or whatever was fantastic.
So that was cool.
How in the world do you build John Cena, the GOAT, as an underdog? But that's what they're doing.
That's what you got scriptwriters for. They're gonna do it.
Big match Cena, baby.
Big match Cena. 5 moves to death, baby. But the back to the point I was about to make before I brought up our boy Cena. Hardcore wrestling fans were hating. These matches are this. These matches are this.
They were great.
Where's this?
They were
Where's
awesome.
that? Why are they showing Vanessa Hudgens? Why are they showing this person? Why are they showing this person not a wrestling fan? Who is it? Like, bro, can you just sit down and enjoy the damn show?
Dude, let us enjoy it. You go watch something else.
Yeah, it was like, why is this person
It's
there?
on Netflix. You don't even have to watch it.
Why is this person doing this? Why is Why are they showing? Why are there so many crowd shots of celebrities here? What is wrong with you? This is a different era, bro.
The only thing that I could, and I kind of liked it, it was like, the match would happen like UFC, and then stuff would happen, and it seemed like a long period of time. It made me feel like the matches were more important.
100%.
It was like they were all main event matches, and the matches were all main event matches, but instead of just doing like Andrade versus somebody or whatever, just throwing a match out there for 5 minutes, these were big, solid matches that were given time, and there was time in between them to make them feel even more special.
So yeah, that's my only gripe. But the hardcores were decided they want to whine on the internet as always.
Last thing is I want to give a special shout out to Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett on AEW last week had his boots in his hand as if he was going to retire, and he said that he just signed his last contract as an active professional wrestler, and that the last Outlaw is officially on his last ride.
Wow.
So we got one more year of Jeff Jarrett this year. He signed that last contract. I'm sure he'll stay in the business, but not as an active performer. And like if the last Outlaw is on his last ride, I would love to him to make one last stop in Memphis, Tennessee. How's Memphis not on that tour, baby?
We gotta have it on the tour, man. We gotta have. I need Jeff Jarrett. We gotta have him on the show one more time.
Let's do it
before he's done.
I got to have him in Memphis. I'm going to be working on that. But that's all the time we have. I want to tell you real quick that January 26th, that's a Sunday, that's Super Bout 4. It's the Memphis Wrestling 4-year anniversary blockbuster spectacular, and it's featuring the original bro, Matt Riddle. This is going to sell out, so go ahead and get those tickets right now. MemphisWrestling.tv. The Grind City Rumble airs this weekend for Memphis Wrestling, featuring Joe Hendry, AJ Francis, and of course the stars of Memphis Wrestling. And for those of you, I love the quote that Edge had. He said that wrestling fans love to be rewarded for remembering. So those fans who have been watching Memphis Wrestling for the last 100 episodes, or gosh, if you've seen all 200 of those episodes, you're really going to love this because we've got some special surprises for everybody. Devin, what do you got coming up?
I don't really. Grizzlies, I guess, question mark?
Thursday?
Thursday, a weekend of just relaxing because they go on the road for a while. But I'll be watching wrestling, bro. I've that's becoming like one of like my muse. Everybody has their muse, right? And wrestling is becoming one of my muse that I really enjoy every day. It's 2K, basketball, and wrestling. So,
have you seen the Kings of Tupelo?
I have been told to watch it.
Jimmy Blaylock is
in it?
on there very heavily.
Is he really?
Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock is a business owner in Tupelo. He's lived there forever.
I'm tapping in then.
Got to check it out. I think it's only 3 episodes. Shout out to Jimmy Blaylock, Kings of Tupelo.
I might watch that tonight.
I think I will too.
Because there's something else for me to watch tonight, so I might tap. I'll do that. But I'm not gonna see. Today's a good day, it's a celebration, so I'm not gonna complain to you today about your show from last week. So we're good.
We'll save that for next week. All
right, I'm not gonna complain about your show, y'all. Hey, this is the day of celebration. It's a new era of wrestling. Raw on Netflix was great. Rhea Ripley's great. Yeah.
Memphis Wrestling was awesome as usual. He's Devin Walker. I am Dustin Starr. Say it. So long, everybody.
Go ahead, do your little yeet. Do it. Try it. Ready? Yeet. There you go.
Know what I'm doing here?
No, you don't. Perfect.